All right, sports fans, it's game time at the Built Ford Tough Sales event. And when it comes to trucks, stats don't lie. F-150 with EcoBoost has smash-mouth power with efficiency. And with best-in-class payload, boom, F-150 hauls in the Hail Mary. And here's a stat, pal. F-Series has been America's truck for 37 straight years. And that's a dynasty, baby. Now, during the Built Ford Tough Sales event, get 0% financing for 60 months plus $1,500 towards your trade on F-150.
Hi, this is Casey Hogan for the Tarleton Sports Network, and it's time to talk Tarleton Texans Volleyball as the Lone Star Conference preseason polls were announced today. And I'm here with senior middle blocker out of Fort Hood, Kansas, Kenya Alexander. And Kenya, first off, I think you just found this out, but you're named the Lone Star Conference Defensive Preseason Player of the Year. How does that feel?
It's great. It was a big surprise. I really wasn't expecting that at all.
Now, last year, you lead the nation in blocks. You're a first-team All-Region selection. You're the Lone Star Conference Defensive Player of the Year. You won just about every award possible. But how do you improve this year? How can you be a better player?
I know the things I need to work on to get even better to the potential that I have. I definitely plan on doing that, especially with our new coach coming in. Excuse me. And also just letting everyone get the groove of everyone so we can have that same role for the same season. And it'll be fun.
So it's been since November when you lost in the second round of the NCAA tournament, a historic year. How excited are you and the girls to get back on the court?
Oh, beyond excited. Like, I've never been ready for two-a-days in my life. I'm so ready for two-a-days, just to be back on the court, to get a feel of everybody, to just be back in the game again. So I'm really, really excited.
You're announced today that the Texans are picked by the media and coaches around the league to finish second in the conference behind West Texas A&M. Is that something you might use to motivate you?
Definitely, definitely. We beat them last season, and we trying to beat them again, get first.
Kenya, thanks for your time. Best of luck this year. Have fun.
Thank you.
That's senior middle blocker Kenya Alexander. Coming up next, I'll talk with Hailey Roberts, the Lone Star Conference Preseason Player of the Year, when the Tarleton Sports Network continues right after this.
Okay, pal, you want smash-mouth power and efficiency? Then here's your starting lineup. Ford F-Series, #1 for 37 years straight. Talk about a dynasty, baby. Hey, it's game time, sports fans, at the Built Ford Tough Sales event.
Welcome back. I'm Casey Hogan, and right now I'm joined by sophomore outside hitter out of Cedar Park, Texas, Hailey Roberts. And Hailey, first off, today you were named the Lone Star Conference Preseason Player of the Year. How does that feel?
It's honestly a blessing. Just coming out of my freshman year after surgery, it's just something that really helps to get you motivated for your sophomore year.
So last year, a lot of folks, including myself, called you the super freshman. You did it all as a freshman. How did you adjust so quickly to the collegiate level?
Honestly, I have no idea. I think it's just being so competitive and just seeing that the level of the competitiveness is so high, and I love that. So I just really chased after it when I got here.
Great players like yourself obviously aren't complacent. How can you improve this year on the court?
Really, honestly, just coming in with pretty much a new team and a new coach. We just have to push forward together as a new team and really work on that this year.
So last year you make the program's first trip to the NCAA tournament. You win the Lone Star Conference Tournament Championship. What's the team's goals this year?
Just to do better. And last year we did really well, but we just have to do better this year and really work together as a team, like I said.
Little off-the-cuff question that you're not prepared for, but Wisdom Gym, obviously one of the great collegiate volleyball atmospheres in Division II. How pumped up does that get you as a player when you step into Wisdom Gym?
It honestly gives me chills thinking about it, but just this gym being small isn't like another gym that we play, but being here, everyone comes and it echoes and it gets so loud and it really helps us out in the games.
Hailey, thanks for your time. Best of luck this year.
Thank you.
That's sophomore outside hitter Hailey Roberts. When we return, I'll talk with the head coach of the Texans, Mary Schindler. This is the Tarleton Sports Network, presented by the North Texas Ford Dealers.
Okay, pal, you want smash-mouth power and efficiency? Then here's your starting lineup. Ford F-Series, #1 for 37 years straight. Talk about a dynasty, baby. Hey, it's game time, sports fans, at the Built Ford Tough Sales event.
Hi, this is Casey Hogan with the Tarleton Sports Network as we get you ready for the 2015 Texan volleyball season. And I'm here with the 11th year head coach of the Texans, Mary Schindler. Coach, today you're picked to finish second in the Lone Star Conference. Is that what you expected?
I didn't have a big expectation about the preseason polls, honestly. It's exciting. I think it's the highest we've ever been picked. And, I think the girls worked hard for it, but there was no expectation. Honestly, it's a lot nicer when you get to walk into the gym and, we're not Coach Reisman. So we get to walk in the gym in preseason and talk about, I can't believe they would pick us, at the mid-conference, bottom of the conference. Whereas now there's, it's a different feeling.
Yeah, and I just talked to Coach Reisman about this. You've got the Lone Star Conference preseason player of the year in Hailey Roberts, the defensive preseason player of the year in Kenya Alexander, yet you're picked to finish second. As a coach, though, it's kind of nice to be finished second. It gives you some motivational material.
Right, absolutely. And I think a lot of that is, they've repeatedly done what they do, in West Texas. And hopefully that we're going to start to repeat some things, but it's a tough conference. And so I think seconds, obviously I think the girls are going to feel rewarded and then still have a little chip on their shoulder. So I think second is a good spot for us.
So we talked about you sweep the preseason player of the year awards with Hailey and Kenya. What do those two players bring to the table? I know they're pretty good.
They're pretty good. Hailey is she's super dynamic, and I think that it's going to be exciting for her this year because as good as she was when she came in as a freshman, she got better. And there was still room to grow for her as far as working on different shots because she's been able to score because she's just so strong. She jumps well and she hits the ball really hard.
Yes.
And so, towards the end of the fall, we really focused on shot selection, and realizing that, she's not going to hit over everybody in this conference like she did in high school. And so she got blocked a couple times and it forced her to improve other parts of her game. So I'm excited for her in the fall. And then Kenya, again, somebody who's only played volleyball for a short period of time. And so getting her, in that situation where now she's going to be even more confident, she's going to be excited. I can't wait. It's going to be fun for both of them. And they both deserve the recognition that they got.
And there's 4 returning starters on the roster, and it's not just Hailey and Kenya.
No,
2 players don't make a team. Who are some of the other players that Texan fans can see make an impact this year?
I think that, one of the girls I'm excited about is Chandler Gow. She played last year as a freshman and took more from the coaching staff. That those 2 freshman setters did. They just, whether it was good or bad, what are you doing? Every play, and they handled it and were composed and did a good job. Okay, well then I'm gonna do better, and that's exciting. And she's been somebody who's been here working out and is ready, to have that sophomore year. So Chandler's somebody, but also I've got a huge senior class, and they're kids that have contributed in some form every year they've been here. Kelsey Ragland's played. She's so steady and such a high volleyball IQ that she's found herself on the floor every single year, even if she doesn't hit the ball the hardest. She jumps well, she moves well, and is just a great volleyball player. The same with those other seniors in her class, Meg and Aisa and Marissa and Macy. They're all, program kids that you can build a program around, and they've shown that in the last 4 years. They're gonna be that senior group that's gonna be exciting to watch.
So 24 wins last year, first Lone Star Conference tournament championship, first NCAA tournament win and tournament appearance. You kind of have a target on your back coming into the season. How does that change how you approach a season, or does it?
For me, it doesn't. I think because since I've been here, those have been the goals. And they talk about, it's so exciting. I can't believe we won the tournament, and but that was the plan. That's what you want to do. And as tough as it is, that's what that's the idea when you start the season. And so I'm looking forward to it being an exciting year. It's going to be hard. It's going to be tough, but hopefully for us, it's going to also be we've learned how to do it, and that's been one of the biggest turning points at Tarleton for volleyball here is that we've never done that, and now we have, and so those girls have a good taste. And I don't think that this is a group that would be complacent or lazy or just be expected or satisfied. None of those things would describe these people. And so it should be a fun fall.
Awesome. Coach, thanks for your time. Best of luck this year.
Absolutely. Thank you.
That's head coach Mary Schindler. I'm Casey Hogan. The Texans open up the season on September 4th against Chadron State in San Angelo. For the Tarleton Sports Network, I'm Casey Hogan. Thanks so long.